30 years ago, a 10-year-old child walked into a dangerous field of grass for the very first time, and from that moment on, a massive media empire was built. From Pokemon Red and Blue all the way to the newly announced Pokemon Winds and Waves, I want to spend the year challenging myself to beat every single generation of Pokemon. But not just as a normal playthrough, oh no. I am going to be playing through them all with hardcore Nuzlocke rules. But this won't be any normal Nuzlocke. Once I've used a Pokemon, I can no longer catch it in any future game. So that Diglett I used to beat Lieutenant Surge in Vermillion City won't be allowed in Crystal, Emerald, Platinum, you get the idea. And if I ever white out, I have to start the challenge all over again. It's time to turn back the sands of time and start our adventure where it all began. So this is like Pokemon Yellow, but it's Pokemon Blue, if that makes sense. For each generation, I will be playing the definitive version, which in this case would be Pokemon Yellow. But I made a special addendum to this rule and decided to play my super rare copy of Pokemon Cramorant Edition instead. Look, Cramorant is my favorite Pokemon of all time, and I just want to share the joy he brings me with the world because that's what Pokemon is all about. I recognize that this totally goes against the spirit of the challenge, and I'm starting off with a clause before I've even left the title screen, but I'm going to make this as close to the vanilla Pokemon Yellow experience as possible. This game adds a few quality of life changes, but at its core, it is a mostly faithful reimagination of the Kanto games with Cramorant as our loyal partner instead of Pikachu. So I'm gonna go with it. Pikachu will still be very much involved in the story, however, as he takes up the role of our rival. Professor Oak ushers us into the world of Pokemon for the very first time, and without hesitation, I immediately bolt straight for the tall grass. Horrified by my actions, Professor Oak steps in to save the day and saves us from the terrifying creature that was ready to attack. What's gonna happen to us? Oh, God! Why did he scream like that? With the wild Cramorant now subdued, we head back to Oak's lab where we meet up with Pikachu and Professor Oak, who gives us our very own, totally normal Gen 1 Pokemon. Oh, is he gonna take it from us? This jerk! What the hell, Pikachu? You made this guy the mascot, not Cramorant? What the hell? What? I don't even know what Pokemon it is. Does he have a Pikachu? I don't know. We'll see. If he has a Pikachu, this might be a short-lived run. Pikachu wants to fight. What does he got? No! Oh, no! Oh, that is not a good sign. My mortal enemy, Pikachu and his Arrokuda. Oh no. We're gonna be in some trouble, guys. I have a feeling. Oh, wait! Who needs speed? Oh, Big Cram is here. Big Cram, let's go, baby. And we learned Water Gun. All right, Brock is toast. With that triumphant victory, the legend of Big Cram, and most importantly, me, had begun. Outside of these two very obvious additions, Pokemon Cramorant version is more or less Pokemon Yellow with a few tweaks to trainer teams that are actually designed to make the game harder. So that'll be my trade-off and justification for allowing myself the opportunity to use my favorite boy. Speaking of, let's see how he's doing after his very first Pokemon battle. All right, Cramorant, what do we think? Oh, he sounds great. He's having a great time. Oh my God. Seems like he's doing just fine. As much as I would love to solo the game with just my favorite Pokemon, I'm going to need some extra help to conquer the Kanto region. I also wanted to try to minimize my use of Cramorant to keep some semblance of the original challenge intact. In the early routes, I collect the little bird to our Big Cram, the Fat Rat, and none other than him. Nidoking is the speedrun Pokemon for the first generation, so I had high hopes for our newly acquired Purple Pal. In Viridian Forest, I encounter a Weedle, which is totally not in Pokemon Yellow's encounter table. Encounter tables were another change made to ensure that every Pokemon could be caught within Pokemon Cramorant Edition. But in another attempt to stay faithful to the original, I will just always reroll my encounter until I find something that is available in vanilla, like this Metapod. This is the first major decision of the run. Since using the Caterpie line here would lock me out of ever being able to use it again, I ultimately decide to wait for a later generation to use it when Butterfree has access to more powerful tools in its arsenal like Compound Eyes, Sleep Powder, or Quiver Dance setup. I'm sure there will be a time for us to reconnect Metapod, but for now, your services are not needed. With the early game team now assembled, it's time to take on Brock. Obviously, Water Gun from Cramorant into a team of 4x water weaknesses would grant us our freest gym badge of the challenge, but I opt to only bring him out in case the situation gets dire. We do have him, after all. Miraculously, Nidoran learns Double Kick at exactly level 12, a whopping 30 levels earlier than in Red and Blue. This means that we will have access to the super effective fighting type move just in time to face down Brock. His defensive behemoths will be tough to topple, so I'm going to have to try and use Fat Rat and Lil Bird to weaken them before sending in him to complete the sweep. A task that would have been a lot easier had I done my proper research before starting this challenge. Okay. Oh, the music goes hard. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, so, all right, we might have to do a little bit of research. Uh-oh, this is what I was worried about. All right, it's okay. Oh, him's just gonna crit. It doesn't even matter. Nice. One more. All right, so what level are they going to be now? Is this gonna be like 17? All right, him, I believe in you. Let's try and go one double kick. How much does this do? Onix is very is a fast Pokemon. Okay, we'll go here. Come on, little bird. Uh-oh. I've been binded! Oh, this is bad. Bind is... That, I guess bind is a multi-hit move now? We might just swipe to Onix. Yeah, I think, Lil Bird? You were a real one. All right, I think we might have to call on the services of Big Cram. Okay, Big Cram, you got us. I didn't want to have to use your powers, but I was not prepared for level 16 Onix. Woo, okay. Easy peasy. So, Brock was not deathless, as it turns out. We will never get to use Pidgey ever again. I probably shouldn't have brought you into the Rock-type gym. The first death of the run is always painful. This one, even more so, knowing that it was the first in an adventure that will span multiple months and 10 generations of Pokemon. Rest easy, little bird. You will never be forgotten. With that, we had claimed our first of 80 gym badges. If you'd like to be along for the ride and not miss a single second, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can join me for this near 2-year-long expedition throughout Pokemon's history. This was supposed to be my 250,000 subscriber special, but maybe we can hit that by the time it's all over. For now, I venture east to Cerulean, where I purchase a fish from a shady figure in the Pokemon Center. Gyarados is consistently one of, if not the best Pokemon across the entire franchise when it comes to Nuzlocks. So it really is difficult to pinpoint exactly where its best performance would be, but I decided to pick up Mr. Nuzzy as soon as possible to make the most out of every possible advantage that Gen 1 Gyarados has. 100 base special, Bolt Beam coverage with Thunderbolt and 90% accurate Blizzards, Hyper Beams off a 125 base attack with no recharge turn if it results in a KO. Yeah, this guy is going to be pretty good. But as we wait for Mr. Nuzzy to come online, it's time for some of our other stars to shine. Let's go. Yes, he is him. I think we just popped this right now. The king is here, baby. Oh, it's so over. I welcome the royalty to the party, as a fully evolved ground type will be extremely handy for when we take on Lieutenant Surge and his singular electric rodent. We leave Mount Moon empty-handed, as I would much rather take Zubat in a later generation when it can look like this and its learn set doesn't look like that. I will instead be taking the gift Bulbasaur from this random girl in Cerulean as my poison type of choice. The only other opportunity I'd ever have to use this guy would be an XY, where 10 times out of 10 I am picking the guy you can't escape from in Pokemon Champions. So I might as well use the big flower now. Our newly evolved Ivysaur feels like the perfect pick to slice through all of Misty's water types, but Mr. Nuzzy had other plans. Okay. She has a Psyduck. All right, she is not supposed to normally have a Psyduck. Anyways, that doesn't change my game plan. We bite. Ooh, okay, easy scratch. Oh, Mr. Nuzzy takes that. Mr. Nuzzy doesn't care, baby. Let's go. You can't stop the Mr. Nuzzy sweep. This speed demon, are we just gonna get crit over and over again? Okay, not so fast. Not so fast. We got those two. Oh, it's over. And Mr. Nuzzy, with his first sweep of the Nuzlocke gauntlet, he truly is here. That he's taking names. And he's taking names, baby. Misty rewards us with TM11 Bubble Beam that we can quickly slap onto Gyarados so that it can start making use of that 100 special stat. Yeah, if you weren't aware, in Generation 1, the special attack and defense stats were condensed to a singular special stat, meaning that Pokemon like Gyarados could take major advantage of that insane bulk and power. Needless to say, this guy is pretty good. Noodle the Ekans, on the other hand, is not very good, so it makes its one brief appearance in the saga to clear out the trainers on Nugget Bridge, so enjoy its 11 seconds of fame because you will never see this line again. Cramorant, with his infinite wisdom, saves the day by freeing Bill from the shackles of his Pokemon form, and he promptly rewards us with a ticket to board the SS Anne. Crazily enough, reaching Vermillion City actually affords us two of the most vital pieces to the run in Ryan the Drowsy and Ball the Diglett. There is nothing that I can say that hasn't already been said about the strength of Psychic types in Gen 1, so even the 3rd or 4th string Psychic type can be an absolute star for this squad. As for the Diglett line, a 100 base power dig that Nidoking hilariously cannot learn, as well as a critical hit formula that becomes more favorable the higher your speed stat, combine to form a revolutionary hero capable of toppling the king himself. Despite being the GOAT of Gen 1 speedruns, Nidoking's crown will shine bright on Bald's head. Heads? Well, let's see. Give us your best. Wow. A Pokemon battle is war. Proceeds to click electric type moves into the ground type. We did it! Easy game. Easy game. We surged through the SS Anne as well as the Lieutenant and his rat without any issues whatsoever, and you really start to realize just how silly Gen 1ers sound when they clamor that Pokemon games nowadays are too easy, when the easiest ones in the entire franchise by far are these. But hey, if Pokemon Cramorant Edition was the first Pokemon game I ever played, I'd be saying the exact same thing. Hi, welcome to the Cramorant fan club. If you want to talk all things Cramorant, you've come to the right place. Cram? This Cramorant has a pink bow on its head. Aww, I love Crammy. Here you go. The meeting of the minds. Tell me, do you agree that Cramorant is the best Pokemon ever? He is! Okay, I gotta profess my fandom here. So we've got the big jumbo Cramorant V card here. Look at this. Look at my awesome collection. Well, yeah, but yes, I do think that he's the best Pokemon ever. You have that look in your eyes. Yes, I do. I love this Pokemon. We did it. All right. I'm a card-carrying member now, baby. After admiring my favorite flying water type, it's time to turn my sights back on my favorite water flying type. And yes, I am making that distinction. Lieutenant Surge was very direct with how I should use my newly acquired TM24, but I immediately disobeyed his authority and got this Bolt Beam Dragon started. We are creating a unit. The fat rat. He can't cut though. He absolutely cannot cut, but he can cast bolts of thunder from the sky, but he cannot cut. God forbid that the rat could ever cut anything. Gen 1 learn sets are awesome. I agree. Okay, let's get rid of Tackle. Mr. Nuzzy and his ever-growing powers usher us straight through Rock Tunnel Lavender Town all the way to Celadon, where he introduces Erica to his good friend Ryan, who promptly sweeps through her entire team. Do we just kill this? Ryan, do you just clutch up for us? Oh! Wait, it's confused now, right? Hit yourself in confusion. Yes! Is that enough? Yes! Let's go, Ryan! That's right. That's my goat right there. All right, halfway through game 1 of 10. Need I remind you, Psychic types are pretty good in this game. While we're here, I pick up the gift Eevee that will turn into Flareon to complete our Fire, Water, Grass core. Flareon has largely been laughed at for being the inferior of the original Evolution trio, but in its debut games, it is actually quite formidable, with both a 130 attack and 110 special, meaning that it can dish out some ridiculous damage with fire-type moves, as well as those fabled hyper beams that led to its namesake. Now that Erica has been defeated, we set our sights on Koga, who is a slightly lower level cap than Sabrina in this game. However, that level cap is still nowhere close to where our current levels are at. It jumps a staggering 18 levels, meaning that we've got some major grinding to do without the help of our usual delicious treats. Thankfully, I can combine the grinding montage as well as the plot points of Rocket Hideout, Pokemon Tower, and Silphco all into this succinct sentence, and wow, would you look at that? Everyone is now level 50. Most importantly, Ryan, who, well, I think you know where this is going. Let's go, Ryan. Easy sweep, baby. Easy Ryan sweep. Oh, it's dead? Yeah, Ryan was out for blood. Stop! I know you're down there typing a comment about how I was overleveled for this fight, but you can go ahead and delete it because I updated my game to the most recent patch and the level caps were changed. But if you want to like the video and subscribe to the channel while you're down there, that would be great. Sabrina poses the next threat to our Legion of Heroes, but quickly proceeds to get swept by this Hyper Beam spamming rat. And there he is, the big scary lad. Hit the hyper beam, baby. Come on, do it. Yes, that's right. Let's go, Fat Rat. Nobody doubted. Not a single doubter. And the crit. Woo! Let's go, Fat Rat. That's why he's the GOAT. That's why he's the GOAT. Let's go, Fat Rat. Clap it up for Fat Rat. Unbelievable. At least it was marginally harder than the vanilla version of this fight. Fat Rat was certainly beginning to cement its legacy as the normal type this run needed. Sure, there might have been superior options available to us, but when would I ever have a better time to show off Raticate and all of its powers than now? Speaking of showing off powers, I think it's time we check back in on Mr. Nuzzy. Magmar, bye-bye. They really give you the surf. They really give you the surf HM. They're like, yeah, just beat the last 2 gym leaders. Yeah, the last 2 gym leaders, just press the surf button like 10 times and then you can win. Rapidash, more like rapid ass, the way that you're about to get absolutely washed away by this surf. Uh-oh, okay, here we go. The moment of truth. The moment of truth. Can he do it? Can he do it? Oh, yes, he can. Wow. Gen 1, baby! Give it up. It's the greatest games they ever made, guys. It peaked here. It never got any better. Yeah, Blaine and his fire types never stood a chance against this behemoth. If you thought Gyarados was strong before, it's about to get a whole lot stronger, as obtaining the Volcano Badge grants all of our Pokemon a 12.5% special boost. And that's going to make this guy pretty good. Giovanni serves as our final hurdle, and by hurdle, I obviously mean a speck of gravel that is quickly swept up under the tidal waves brought about by Mr. Nuzzy. Okay, I know I breezed through the entire back half of the gyms, but I just find it hilarious how people in their mid to late 30s that haven't interacted with the series in decades act like these games were the height of difficulty and everything since has been a cakewalk when it really couldn't be further from the truth. The lack of depth and mechanics in these early games really lend to an experience that is rough to revisit even when efforts are made to fix some of the balance issues with the originals to make the game more difficult. The Gen 1er slander isn't just here for slander's sake either. These games being so easy actually do have major implications on the broader scope of this challenge. Boiling so many rolls down into a single Pokemon means that we can delay encounters like Starmie, Magneton, Snorlax, Alakazam, Gengar. Pick any Pokemon you want. In Gen 1, Gyarados probably does that job better. The lack of difficulty and painful losses means that we don't have to constantly shuffle around the team and can instead let the greatest Nuzlocke Pokemon of all time do things that only the greatest Nuzlocke Pokemon of all time can do. No reason to waste a perfectly good encounter on Tentacruel in Generation 1 when I would much rather have it lend its services to sweep over Drake in Hoenn's Elite Four. It's decisions like those that make this entire challenge so interesting to me. It's just unfortunate that we have to start here and all those important delays won't be seen for months. Classic Captain Kidd rant out of the way, I can finally gather up the 6 Pokemon that I want to take into the Elite Four. For the first time in my Nuzlocking career, I actually have more to consider here than just which 6 Pokemon are the best to help me win this run. I also have to forecast out the best Pokemon for every single game remaining. Why, you might be asking? Well, it's finally time that I reveal a little secret that I've been keeping from you. Every Pokemon that makes it into the Hall of Fame alive is brought alongside me to the next region. This opens up a whole new decision tree that makes narrowing down the final 6 that much more difficult. And unfortunately, yes, there are people out there that I have to clarify this for, but no, that does not mean I will be starting the next game with a level 67 Gyarados. Please, I beg of you to put on your critical thinking caps. With that in mind, I picked the ultimate 6 Pokemon who I felt confident could take me to the champion and beyond. Starting off with the one who started it all, Big Crane. This is the only time that I'll ever get to use my favorite Pokemon during this challenge, so I owe it to Cramorant to usher us into the Hall of Fame. The best Pokemon to pair with our flying water type is, of course, the water flying type, Mr. Nuzzy. It should go without saying that it would be an abject failure to not bring Mr. Nuzzy with us through each and every generation to live up to that illustrious title. Sure, he could probably solo the Elite Four, but where would be the fun in that? A Gen 1 playthrough wouldn't feel complete without our busted Psychic types. You know Ryan had to make the cut. Speaking of Gen 1 staples, you might be used to seeing this guy sweep through the Elite Four all on his lonesome, but our ground type looks a little multiplied. The 3 Bald Kings will take it from here. Flareon feels like the perfect fire type option, as this is realistically the peak for this Pokemon, so I might as well give it its chance in the spotlight while I still can. And with that, there is just one final slot. So many fantastic, game-warping Pokemon to choose from! Yeah, I'm bringing the Fat Rat. These 6 Pokemon were ready to make their mark in Nuzlocke history. Ready to be the first of an exclusive club of 10 Hall of Fame teams. Ready to become the champion of the Kanto region. Lorelei is the first on the chopping block, and with Mr. Nuzzy strapped with a massive arsenal that would frighten most world leaders, you can kind of guess how that one went. There he is. All right, Mr. Nuzzy, you know what to do. Show him the power. Show him the power of your special stat. Cloyster. Lorelei. It's got no chance. Bye-bye, Cloyster. Slowbro. Nah, bro. You're done. Guys, it's the hardest Pokemon games they ever made. Come on, Mr. Nuzzy. Beam attack. Get him with it. Knock him out. Goodbye. Goodbye, Jinx. There's no way this one kills. Unless you crit. Oh! The Mr. Nuzzy sweep is real. Bruno is as notorious of a pushover as they come, and Ryan proves exactly why Psychic types reign supreme in Generation 1. Typically, Agatha would meet a similar fate due to a programming error making Psychic immune to Ghost instead of weak to it. But in Pokemon Cramorant Edition, this has been updated to work as intended. And it didn't help at all, did it? He still swept? Yeah. Lance offers one final line of defense, but his team is absolutely shredded by our unstoppable combination of electric and ice types. The Dragonite is the issue? Nah. You think Mr. Nuzzy concerns himself with the Dragonite? Well, watch this. Oh, no, he does not. Mr. Nuzzy doesn't care. It's crit. It's too free. Too free for the GOAT. All right. I hate to admit it, but you are a Pokemon master. I know. No wonder the Gen 1ers think they're so good. Lance was hyping him up. That leaves us with a single fight remaining. Sure, the Elite Four was a total cakewalk, and my extremely powerful Pokemon absolutely bulldozed over the poorly crafted movesets and mechanics that these games offer, but our rival Pikachu had one last opportunity to stop us in our tracks. And if there was any Pokemon better suited to abuse everything the first generation of games had to offer, our rival might be the one wielding it. There is one very specific type combination that I hope you are prepared for, Pikachu. Given your name, I would assume that you are ready for it. But here it comes. The water flying type. I'm gonna click the start button. All right. Take him down. Easy money. That's 1 down, 5 to go. Come on. Alakazam. Hit this Hyper Beam. That's the Mr. Nuzzy. That's the Mr. Nuzzy diff right there. That is the Mr. Nuzzy diff. It shouldn't normally have that. Mr. Nuzzy doesn't care. He's just built different. Look at that. We keep going. And we hit this Blizzard. This actually is not going to kill. Executor is a menace in this game. But it's okay. We hit another Blizzard. Let's go. Let's go, Mr. Nuzzy. Come on, baby. Uh-oh. Okay, Magneton. Yeah, I think I'll switch. I think we'll switch on this one. Make it his Elite Four debut. Get in there, Bald. Oh. Uh-oh. Nah, it's okay. Magneton's got like... this is going to be fine. You eat these, Bald. You eat these. You eat these, baby. You eat these. We Live Crit was never worried. Never even a little worried. Ninetales? You think Ninetales is stopping Bald? Nah. It comes for all of us eventually. You're losing those luscious locks, Ninetales. The balding is here. The balding has begun. Uh-oh. I feel like there's only one way that we can deal with this. I feel like there's something that must be done. Come on, Big Cram. Okay, Swift, that's fine. It's gonna crit me because it's Barraskewda. We didn't crit. I think we just drill peck. We're faster. How is Big Cram faster? Wait. Oh my God. That looks pretty good. That wasn't a crit. Oh, I think we're dead to crit. We just crit the drill peck and we win. That's fine. No. Don't crit me. Don't crit me. Come on, Big Cram. You gotta hold. You gotta hold, Big Cram. No! No. Big Cram. We will finish this for you. We will never wipe a single time in your honor. Rest easy, buddy. Rest easy, buddy. We will get revenge. Mr. Nuzzy doesn't mess around. Send us home. Take us to the end. Mr. Nuzzy redeems. This is for Cramorant. This is for Big Cram. And with that, we're going to Johto, baby. Pikachu has been defeated. This is for Big Cram. We do it for Big Cram. It cost us our most valiant soldier, but together they had done it. The run was marred by a lack of adversity, but in the bitter end, it cost us what we cared about most. That silly blue bird. And totally wasn't an intentional sacrifice done for story beat purposes and to eliminate contingency errors in future games. Fueled by the power of the fallen Cram, the remaining 5 of Mr. Nuzzy, Beam Attack, Bald, Ryan, and Fat Rat embarked on their journey to Nuzlocke every single Pokemon region. See you in Johto.